So as we begin on our backs, you guys go ahead and just straighten out your legs in front of you. Find Shavasana for a quick moment. Let your arms drift by your side. Let your legs extend out in front of you. Take a big full inhale through the nose. Long exhale out the mouth. Let's just do that again, you guys. Big inhale through the nose. And long exhale out the mouth. And then one more. Give a little longer, fuller breath through your entire body. And let it go. And then bring your legs all the way together. Keep them straight. Flex your feet. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Let's interlace the fingers. Flip the palms to face up. And then as you reach to your heels, reach your arms all the way back to the wall behind you. And as the arms reach back, can you feel the weight of your ribs heavy towards the floor? The tailbone lengthening towards your heels. And as you reach through the entire back body, just put your body in traction. Reach the arms to the wall behind you. Reach your heels forward. Flex your feet. And then inhale, reach your arms back up towards the sky. Relace, so you have the other pinky on top. Flip the palms, ribs down, and then exhale, arms overhead. And then take a moment here, recommit to your ribs heavy. Take a breath and lengthen your tailbone towards those feet. And then full breath in. Stay here, and as you exhale, see if you can't hollow your navel to your spine. Scoop the belly out. And then again, as we inhale, the breath fills the diaphragm, presses the organs to the hips. And then as we exhale, there's this scooping action. The navel drops to the spine. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach those straight arms back, the heels forward. And exhale, hollow and scoop. Let's stay here. Turn the palms to face each other. And then just hover your right leg an inch off the mat. And then lower the right leg down. Reach your left leg forward, let it lift. And lower it back down. Let's do that again. Reach the pinkies, right leg inhale. Nice. And lower it, left leg inhale. And lower it. Take a big inhale. Reach both arms towards the sky, and then reach both legs up towards the sky. Reach the heels towards the ceiling. Try to keep your hips on the floor, and as you take a full breath here, can you find that exhale hollowing of the belly towards the spine? And keep your knees where they are. Just bend your legs so your shins are parallel to the mat. And then as you inhale, right arm back, left leg forward. I want you to keep the knee bent. Tap the right foot, the left foot to the floor. And then exhale, bring everything back up. So go slow. Take the entire inhale, left arm, right foot. And then use your exhale, pull back in. Inhaling, right arm, left leg. So feel the opposites. And then use the exhale, contract to pull it back to center. Again, left arm, right leg. Ribs in as you exhale, pull back up. So pause here for a moment. If this is going well, take your arms a little further back towards your hand, towards your head, and take your knee a little further forward away from your hips. And then again, inhale, right arm, left leg, tap it down. And exhale, come back up. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale. I'm going to do 2 more rounds. Inhaling, control the inhalation. Use the exhalation. Left, inhaling. Gather in as you exhale. Good. And just 2 more. Inhale, open. Feel the contraction as you pull in to close. Inhale, opposite. Exhale. And just 1 more round, you guys. Notice how you extend. Can you still maintain the control? And then use that to gather back into your center. And then last one. And exhale, hug both knees into your chest, a little rock and roll side to side. And I want you to come into happy baby, and rather than grabbing on behind your feet, hold on behind your outer thighs. Bring your knees in close to your side waist. And then interlace your fingers around your legs. So it's almost like you're locking your thighs towards your chest. Beautiful. Take a full breath here. Relax the shoulders, push your ribs down. And then all you're gonna do is try to straighten your right heel, extend your right leg away from you. Might be a little shaking. And then exhale, bring that right leg back in. And then inhale left, like you're opening up and yawning the back of that left leg. And exhale, we're gonna do it 2 more times. As we inhale, open up the right leg, reach through the heel, send your hips forward. And close that. And then inhale, left extends. Feel a sense of hugging your knees in. And exhaling, and just one more time. Inhale, right. Exhale. And inhale, left. Exhale. Beautiful, you guys. Stay here with your legs. Bring your feet together. I want you to keep your knees wide. Reach your arms straight up towards the sky. Good. So as the arms reach towards the sky, flex your hands so your palms are trying to press the ceiling away. And you're going to keep your upper body on the floor as you take a big inhale. And then curl your tailbone under and try to bring your knees towards your armpits as you exhale. And then inhale, lower back down. And then again, exhale, curl up. So feel the low belly scoop. Try to slide your knees to your armpits. And inhale, lower. We'll do one more. Exhale, curl up. And inhale, lower. Keep your legs as they are. Take an inhale. This time we lift upper body. Exhale, push the ceiling away. Lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Nice, Anthony. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Like the arms are sliding all the way up to the knees. And we lower. And last one, exhale, curl. And inhale, lower. But wait, now we lift everything. Take a big inhale. Exhale, curl into a tight little ball. Lift your butt, lift your hands. And inhale, lower down. We'll do 2 more, you guys. Exhale, lift. Try to slide the knees into the armpits. Lift the armpits to the knees. And inhale, lower. Last one, exhale, curl, lift, lift, lift. Try to get as little onto the back as you can. Lift higher, then lower all the way down. Good, rock yourself up, come onto your hands and knees. And let's turn the hands back so the fingers reach towards the knees. Put an active bend into your elbows. Couple rounds of cat-cow here. As we inhale, open up the front of the chest. As we exhale, press down and round. Let's do a few more. Inhaling. And exhaling. 2 more. Inhaling. Open up the shoulders. Try to put a bend into the elbows. And last round. Beautiful, you guys. Turn your hands so they're back to neutral, fingers facing forward. As you inhale, straighten your right leg back behind you. And then as you exhale, curl and round. Try to bring your right knee inside your right armpit. Inside. And then inhale, extend your right leg back again. We're just going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, bring the right knee in round. Try to lift your ribs, your low belly. 1 more. Inhaling. Exhale, curl and lift. Good, stay here. Take an inhale. I want you to keep your right knee super close into your chest and extend your left arm forward in space. That's right, I said left arm. Nice, Ashika. Could you slide your right knee up a little bit higher to your armpit? Slide your left hand back down. Extend your right leg back behind you. And lower it back down to the floor. Left leg, it extends as you inhale. And then as you exhale, feel the rounding action. Bring your left knee inside your left armpit. Lift, lift, lift as you push the floor away. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl and round. 1 more. Inhale. Feel the foot of your right foot pressing. Exhale, we round. Stay here. Take an inhale. Press into your right foot as you extend your right arm forward in space. Nice job, you guys. One more breath. Nice, Andrew. Place your right hand down, extend your left leg, reach forward as you inhale, and bring everything back down to the floor as you exhale. Curl your toes under, lift your knees just an inch off the mat. Press down into your hands, let your arms get straight. And as you push the floor away, you'll feel a doming across the back body. Keep that, and then coil your collarbones forward. Straighten your right leg, keep the foot on the floor, so you're in half plank with the right leg. Just feel the lift through the right side of the waist. And then bring your right leg back to meet your left, so you're still in hovering tabletop. And then step your left leg back behind you. Feel both feet rooted just as much as your hands. And then step your right leg to meet your left leg, so now you're in plank. And again, you can do this on your knees if it's too much. Put more weight into your feet than you are in your hands. The entire body is being used to support you here. If this is enough, stay, or right leg hovers up off the floor. As you exhale, bring your right knee inside your right armpit, round your spine, just like we did in tabletop. Come back to your three-legged plank as you inhale, and face the foot to the floor as you exhale. Left leg, it extends as you inhale. Exhale, bring the knee into round. Notice how the head wants to drop. Can you actually look forward still and bring the knee forward? Yes, you guys, beautiful. Three-legged plank as you inhale. Plank pose and downward facing dog pose. And then walk your feet as wide as the mat. Walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back and reach the arms up and overhead. Put enough of a bend into your knees so there's a sense of release. Lift the shoulders a little higher. And then relace, so you have the other pinky on top. Let your head drop. Let your brain get heavy. Soften the jaw. Release your hands to the floor. And then go ahead and come onto your fingertips as you inhale. And just stay at the back of your mat. Come into a wide-legged squat as you exhale. And then staying in the squat, take your feet as wide as you can, as wide as you have to. Some of you guys, if you can turn your toes in, that's fine. Squeeze the knees in close. Try to keep the weight more into the inner heels. Reach both arms forward and up towards the sky. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Notice how the head drops. Try to keep the weight shifting back into your heels, the chest rising to the fingertips. Put more weight into your feet and lift the low belly, lift the chest. One more breath. Hands to the floor. You'll straighten your legs as you exhale. Heel toe your feet so they're more classically hip distance apart. And then come onto your hands, Padahastasana. And so bend your knees as much as you need to. Press your feet into your hands. And then try to lift your forearms up, creating space at the wrist joint, space at the elbow joint. And can you lift your shoulders a little higher? And then if this is enough, I want you to stay right here. Some of you will try lifting your right heel up off the floor. And then try the left heel up off the floor. Dare I ask you to try both feet? Notice the connection to your bottom ribs. Lift and scoop the belly up. Place the heels down if they were lifted. Inhale, come up halfway. And walk yourself forward to your downward facing dog. Inhale, rise high up onto the balls of the feet. And we're going to lower the knees so they're an inch off the floor. Send your hips way back. So you're in like a little hovering child's pose. Try to keep the lift of the forearms, the lift of what I'm now calling the armpit bandhas, and push your hips back towards your heels. Butt is low. Slide forward into your plank pose. Inhale. Good, feel again the legs lifting, the feet pressing. And then take a full breath here. And exhale, go back to your little hovering child's pose. Hug the shins in, pull your inner thighs back, lift the ribs. Inhale, shift forward into your plank. Nice, you guys. And exhale back to that hovering child's pose. Good, so think of this as kind of like a cat-cow vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward into your plank pose. Notice when the shoulders stop you, the ribs lift. Exhale back to hovering child's pose. So we're gonna do 2 more. You can either stay in plank or you can shift forward into chaturanga. Inhaling. And then exhale back to hovering child's pose. Good, 1 more. Inhale, shift, plank or chaturanga. And exhale back to hovering child's pose. Everybody downward facing dog. Right leg, let it lift as you inhale. Go ahead and open up your hips, bend your knee, go for that stretch, and then lift higher through the left side of your waist. Square it off to center. Exhale, step the right foot outside your right hand. You'll lower your left knee down to the mat. We're gonna keep the right hand on the floor and open the left arm towards the sky. So you're twisting away from your right leg. Press into your right foot, feel the right heel heavy. Try to pull your right thigh deep into the hip socket. And then lengthen your right waist all the way around to lift up to the left fingertips. Take another full breath here. Release your left hand down to the floor. Lift your back knee up off the mat. Your right leg is still outside your right hand. Come onto your fingertips and then straighten your right leg. And if you want, you can flex the right foot, pulling the pinky toe of your right leg back, driving the right thigh deeper into the hip socket. We're going to keep the hands inside as we inhale, bending your front leg. And then exhale, pull back to straighten. Good. Try to keep your chest forward. Inhale, bending. Left leg stays high. And exhale to straighten. Beautiful. 1 more. Inhale, shifting. Left leg stays active. And exhale to straighten. Good. Stay here. Swing your right leg back to meet your left leg, downward facing dog. Left leg, it lifts as we inhale. Go ahead and open up your hips, bend your knee. Feel how the weight shifts into your hands. Keep it evenly rooted and lifted. Square it off to center. Step left foot outside your left hand. Lower your right knee down. And then keeping your left hand on the floor, right arm towards the sky. Feel the opening through the collarbones, through the shoulders, like you could lean back onto that left shoulder blade. Stretch to the right fingertips. Feel a sense of opening through the front of the chest. And as the collarbones move forward, you can feel the legs pull the hips back. 1 more breath in. And then release. Right hand down to the floor. We'll straighten the front leg. Just kidding. Bend the front knee. Lift your back knee up off the floor. And then we straighten the front leg. Case of the Mondays. So as you flex through that left foot, pull that left pinky toe back. Try to drive the outer left hip back. And then against that, reaching the chest forward so the spine stays super long, super open. I want you to keep your back like this active as you inhale, bend your front knee. And exhale to straighten. Beautiful. Just 2 more. Inhale. As we shift, right leg lifts. And exhale to straighten. 1 more. Inhale. Shoulders on the back body. And exhaling. Good. Stay here. Feel your right leg lifting and reaching back. And then just swing your left leg back to meet your right leg. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Go ahead and walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. As we inhale, find the Ardha. And as we exhale, fold. Let's just do that 1 more time. Keep the hips centered over the fronts of the feet. Inhale is your Ardha. and exhale to fold. Bring your hands to your hips, little bend into your knees, press into your heels, and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale at the top. And then with your arms by your side, take a moment just to feel the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up and wide towards the ceiling. Hinge at the hips, fold forward as we exhale. Strong legs as you inhale, open. Plant your hands, step to your plank. Shift forward as we lower chaturanga. Baby cobra or the up dog. As the feet press, pull the shoulders back and lift your chest. Come to plank. And downward facing dog, exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Let the shoulders spread as the forearms firm. There is a sense that your arms are trying to shift you into plank and your legs are trying to pull you back to Uttanasana. Can you create more length through the spine? Fill the breath across the back of the ribs. You guys, these look great. Take a big inhale here. Arms are straight. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top. Open as we inhale. Fold as we exhale. Shoulders stay lifted, and then we rise with the strength of our legs. Inhalation. And bring it in as you exhale. Let's just do that one more time together. Inhale, arms reach up. Hinge and fold forward, exhaling. Bend your knees as you need to. Inhale, long spine. Hands fully flat, plank opposite leg. Shift forward, strong legs as you bend your elbows. Baby cobra or the up dog. Open up the chest, feel the back of the neck soft. Come to your plank, feel the lift of the front body. Keep the lift as you pull back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful, you guys. Take a full breath in. Arms are straight as you bend your knees. Look between your hands. Step or hop to the top of the mat. We open as we inhale. Fold as we exhale. Bend those knees deep into your chair, Utkatasana. Go ahead and lift your left leg up off the floor. Come into eagle pose. Cross the left leg over once or twice, and then you'll add the arms. So usually it's left arm under, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you are with your legs, whether the toes are resting on the floor, whether you've crossed once or twice, can you try to hug your shins in? Can you sit a little lower and release the inner thighs down? And then work to lift the hip points, the low belly up. Lift the collarbones towards the fingertips. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, round and scoop the belly and fold. Sit low in your legs. Feel the hollowing of the front body. Inhale, come back upright halfway. Exhale, scoop and round to fold. We'll just do that one more time. Hug the outer thighs in, especially you, Kate. Inhale, lift. Pull your left thigh back. Exhale, round a little deeper. Beautiful. Stay here. Pull your chest forward. Keep the arms if you can. I want you to reach your spine long and flat. Sit a little lower into your front leg. Can you stay this low and then slowly unravel into a bent leg warrior 3? Left leg is strong and straight. Right leg is hugging into the midline. Right thigh is hinging back. And can you lift the pelvis and the low belly here? Take one more breath. Keep your right leg super bent. Bring your left leg to meet your right leg. Bear pose. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, we lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold again. Bending your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. And then just cross right leg over, second side, eagle pose. Add the right arm under. And even if the legs aren't triple crossed, feel a sense that your ankles are hugging, your shins are hugging, the outer body is hugging. And then against the outer hips hugging, can you feel the release of the inner thighs? From the ground, lift the pelvis, lift the belly. Exhale, round and fold. Sit low into your legs, hug left thigh in. Scoop as you inhale, come upright. Exhale, keep the hollow round a little bit deeper. One more, inhale, stay low in the legs, inhale, upright. And exhale, fold. Feel the weight in your standing heel. Send your tailbone towards that standing heel. Stay this low as you shoot your chest forward. And then stay low in your left leg, unravel into a bent leg warrior 3. So try to keep your left leg super bent, hinging your hips back, and then can you find the lift through the front spine? Pull your chest towards the fingertips. You have one more breath. Lifted leg a little higher. Now sit down into your standing chair and bring your right leg to meet your left leg. Arms to the sky as you inhale, legs stay low. And fold, exhale. Ardha is the inhalation. Hands fully flat, step or jump as you exhale. Into your back bend, open up the front of the body. And downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands, spin the back heel down, rise to your warrior 1. We'll be here for 5 breaths. There's a sense that as the grounding of the feet press into the floor, the entire spine is being elevated with the reach of the pinky fingers. And feel the feet extend all the way up to the pinky fingers, and then the energy from the thumb side of the hands drops the arms into the shoulder sockets. And then against that, the shoulder blades are lifting the spine a little taller to the sky. Give yourself one more full breath in. And then release, hands down to the mat. Step to your plank. However you want to get to your downward facing dog is your exhale. When you arrive in dog, step the left foot forward, spin the back heel down, feel the 2 feet, they rise you all the way up. 5 breaths. Really nice work, you guys. Let both feet anchor into the floor. And notice the anchoring of the back heel, how it feeds the lift of your spine. Can you allow the breath to move across the back ribs so the chest is open, front and back? And then play with sitting a little lower into that front thigh while still hugging ankles in. Yes, beautiful, Lizzie. And then release, hands down to the floor. Step to your plank, chest stays open. Shift forward to lower. Inhale as we open. Exhale as we fold. Go ahead and walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. As you inhale, open up the front chest. Stay here and just cross your right foot over your left foot. Bring the pinky toe sides of your feet to touch and then fold in half. So I want you to try to keep more weight into the inner heels, the big toes. Pull your right thigh back. Reach the chest forward as you inhale. Walk it forward to your downward facing dog with your legs crossed as you exhale. And keep driving your right thigh back. Shift forward into your plank pose. So as you press the feet into the floor, there's a stronger lift up to the right side of the waist. Wherever you are with your hands, you guys, can you try to slide your hands and your shoulders towards your feet? You can stay here or you can bend your elbows and lower chaturanga. Beautiful. Press back up to your plank pose. Pull your legs back to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back. We'll switch the cross of the legs. Inhale, we open. And exhale, we fold. And so this time it's the other leg, and many of us it'll be the left foot on top. Reach the chest forward as you inhale. And as you start to pull your left leg back, walk it to downward facing dog. Keep driving the left leg way back as you shift yourself forward into your plank. Feel the 2 feet, even if they're not touching, that hugging of the shins, just like Garudasana, like eagle pose. Try to drive the shoulders back so you feel a sense of side body containing and lifting you. And then shift forward and lower chaturanga if you did on the first side. Lift from the front body to straighten the arms. And downward facing dog, exhale. Very nice, you guys. Walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. Unravel the legs. Hands to your hips. And inhale, come all the way up to standing. So we're gonna stay at the back of the mat, cross the right ankle over the left leg, and set up for figure four. Inhale, reach the arms up. Little bend into your standing leg, and then hinge and fold forward as you exhale. So let's straighten the left leg, and then keep the weight shifting forward to the front of that left heel. As you inhale, can you lift your right thigh, your right hip a little higher to the sky? Reach the chest forward as you inhale. Walk it forward to your downward facing dog as you exhale. Go ahead and look forward. Shift forward into plank. Vashisthasana, left side. So this is great because you can just drop the right foot to the floor if you want to modify. Feel the connection of your right foot and the left leg and how they're pressing together. Notice how your pelvis is not rolling back, but the knee is somewhat on the diagonal towards the sky. Can you push your pelvis to the wall you're facing and move your ribs to the wall behind you? As the top arm lifts a little higher, spin it in the socket and reach it forward to the front of the room. As you do that, slide your tailbone towards that straight leg. Inhale, bring the top arm up. Try to keep the leg as you come to plank pose. 2 shoulders on the back body. Try to keep the leg as you lower chaturanga. Into the back bend as you inhale. Can you keep your right knee up? Beautiful work. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Release the right foot. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Hands to your hips. And then we'll do the second side. So as you inhale, come up. Place the left leg over the right. Hug the right leg in. Feel a sense of lengthening. And also, can you feel the inner right heel dropping to the floor a little bit more? Arms up as you inhale. Little bend into your right knee as you reach the chest forward to fold. And then hands to the floor. Actively hug the right leg in so you can lift your left thigh higher to the sky. Inhale, reach the chest forward, and then walk it forward to your downward facing dog as you exhale. And so it's the left thigh that continues to need to lift as you hug your right leg in. Nice, Tom. Shift forward into your plank, you guys. These look great. Feel the lift of the front body, a little bit more bottom ribs. And then you're going to swivel onto the outside edge of your right foot for Vashisthasana. And you can just drop the left foot to the floor. Nice, Christy. Make sure that that bottom shoulder blade is moving away from the ear so the neck is soft. Lean back. Top arm reaches all the way forward to the front of the room. Feel how the tailbone lengthens towards that straight leg as you do it. Nice, Wendy. Inhale, bring the top arm up. Come back to your plank. Try to keep the leg. Extend that left knee away from you as you bend your elbows to chaturanga. Into the back bend as you inhale. Shoulders back, Ash. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Release the foot, you guys. Big full breath in. Long breath out. Right leg, let it lift as you inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Go ahead and hop the back foot in the smallest amount you need so both legs are straight. Hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale at the top. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back or reverse the prayer, whatever is best for you. Can you feel the inner borders of the shoulder blades sliding down the back so that the collarbones start to lift a little taller to the sky? As you take a big full breath in, stand more into your back leg, and then exhale, fold forward. And those of you with tighter hamstrings, maybe you take a shorter distance. Those of you that have been practicing for a long time and you have open hamstrings, maybe you walk your back foot back a little bit more. Connect back into the inner feet, the big toe, the inner heel, both legs. Can you continue to send the inner thighs back so your chest can move forward towards the front toes? Take another full inhale, shoulders stay on the back body. And then release the hands down to the floor. Go ahead and hop into a lunge. So you'll bend your right knee, step your left leg further back. And then bring your right hand inside your right foot. So your right foot is outside. And then you're either going to stay here. I want you to be more interested in your back leg. Get it strong, get it high. And then bring your right foot up. So your right heel is touching your right sit bone. Bend your elbows for chaturanga. Maybe you step the right leg back, or maybe both legs extend off the floor for Kundalini 2. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale. Nice job. Left leg it lifts as we inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. And then as you do that, you'll hop the back foot in the smallest amount so that both legs are straight. I think some of these poses we have our routine way of just finding our shape. So if you can, start to challenge the edge. Hands to your hips, shoulders on the back body. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands behind your back and either relace, you have the other pinky on top, or bring the palms to touch. From the ankles, feel the lift through the inner thighs. That feeds the strength of your core, the beginning of your core. Inhale up with the chest. Exhale, fold forward. And as you fold, do you feel how the weight goes into your right leg? Press back with your right heel. Let the anchoring of the right foot lengthen the chest forward. Feel free to bend your left knee as much as you need to so you can extend the front of your spine more than the back of the spine. One more breath in. Release the hands to the floor. And then hop into a lunge, so you'll bend your left knee, extend your right leg back behind you. And then just walk your left foot outside your left hand like we've been doing. Lift up through the waist, lift up through the right leg, and then bring your left heel to your left sit bone. Bend your elbows for chaturanga, and maybe you fly or step back, and we'll all take vinyasa as we go. Nice job, you guys. Take a full breath in, and a long breath out. And then go ahead and shift forward and come into your forearms and into Sphinx pose. And just give the release of the low back. Draw the navel in, pull the chest forward. And then walk your hands back, upward facing dog as we inhale. Lift up out of the arms. Beautiful. And downward facing dog as we exhale. Very nice, you guys. I'm going to invite you to rise high up onto the toes of your feet. Tiptoe your feet halfway forward to your hands. And then shift forward so your shoulders are right over your wrists. So I want you to take a moment to pause here. Drop your head, drop your brain. And then work. You're hooking your bottom ribs all the way up to your hip points. Lift up to the inner arms, press down through the outer arms. See if you can't keep your hands flat, your heels of your feet high, and tiptoe your feet a little closer to your hands. Okay, beautiful, you guys. And then try hovering your right foot just a millimeter off the floor. Could you take that right foot and tap it to your right wrist? And then place the right leg back where it was. And then lift the left foot up just an inch. See if you can't slide that left foot to tap your left wrist. Notice how the shoulders want to move. Try to stabilize the shoulders. And then left foot down. Walk your feet all the way forward. Inhale, bending your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Press all the way up to stand and bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, bending the knees deep into your chair. Hands to the floor as we fold, exhale, pause here. You guys rise high up onto your toe tips, bend your knees, come into a little toe squats. And then bring your hands to the front of your knees and straighten your arms. Push your knees forward away from you. You'll feel the heels lift, the low belly lift. Can you reach both arms forward and up towards the sky? Ooh. Notice if there's more weight on one foot or the other. Can you lift your hips 1 inch off your heels? Nice job. One more breath. Place the hands down, take your knees wide. Take a moment and just lower onto your elbows. And that may or may not happen, but just feel the spread of the shoulders, the release of the outer arms. Squeeze your knees into your armpits. Squeeze the knees and lift the belly. And then walk your hands a little further back towards your feet. Then I want you to try to keep your hips this low as you straighten your arms and shift forward into Bakasana. So your elbows will lift. You might just stay in Malasana here, and then we'll meet in downward facing dog. And then go ahead and come onto your forearms. Let's interlace the fingers and walk it out for forearm plank. So if you want to take this one step further, you can grab one of your blocks and place it on your back. Hover your right foot 1 inch off the floor. Nice, Anthony. And now rotate your right leg so the toes roll to the right. The work here is to try to keep your hips low. You're going to bring your right knee to your right armpit. So against that, I'm going to invite you to try to drop your hips and then lift your right knee a little bit higher to the right armpit. And then straighten your right leg back to meet your left and lower the right leg down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Rotate the leg towards the left. Keep your butt low and then swing that left knee all the way to your left armpit. Check in with the 2 shoulders. Drive the shoulders onto the back body. Notice the strength in your right leg. Step your left leg back and lower into Sphinx. Full breath in. Long breath out. Beautiful, you guys. Walk your hands back, upward facing dog is the inhale. And downward facing dog is the exhale. So I want you to take a look at your 2 hands. Walk your feet just like 1 foot's distance closer to your hands. And then all you're going to do is shift your shoulders over your wrists and try to hop like your butt to the sky, like 5 times. So as you take a big inhale, and then exhale, hop your hips up like you're hopping to a handstand. And then you lower. And then again, you look forward, lift your ribs, try hopping, butt to the sky. Trying to get your hips over your shoulders. 3 more, inhale, and just play with it. Exhale, lift. Use your breath. Nice, James. 2 more, you guys. You might get stuck up there. Good, Tom. 1 more. Yeah, Rachel. And then top of the mat, you guys. Go ahead and just lay down onto your butt. Not lay down, sit down. And then come into Dandasana, so your legs are straight. You'll bend your right knee. And then you'll hold onto your right knee, so you're squeezing your right knee into your chest. And then take a moment and drop your right sit bone to the floor. With your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot, hold on to the outer right knee, and just rotate your right leg open. Kind of like you're just stirring the garlic. Is anyone using so much more garlic right now while they're cooking? Going through cloves like crazy. And then take your right hand to the inside of your right calf muscle. You're going to throw the right knee back behind you. I say throw, so any amount you can. As long as you can get the right knee above your right elbow, you're good to go. Then take a moment and try to squeeze your right heel and your right sit bone together. Lift your chest, pull the shoulders onto the back body. 2 hands right beside your hips. It helps me if I lift my straight leg first, and then exhale, push down and lift your hips up off the floor. Good, breathing. You might get a quad cramp. And then lower that down. Straighten your right leg to meet your left. Second side, we'll bend the left knee. Hold on to the leg and just kind of feel the front of your thigh, the front of your psoas, those crappy hip flexors releasing a little. Take your right hand to that outer left foot, rotate the left knee open, and just stir. And then stir both directions. Saute, if you will, your hip joints. And then take your left hand to your left calf, throw it over your shoulder. As you plant your 2 hands flat, you've got to really squeeze the sit bone and heel together of that left leg. Try to keep the shoulders back, the collarbones up. Big inhale, it's all about your breath. And then exhale, lift your hips. Hug in, squeeze in. Nice, Andrew. Hug the left knee into the arm. And then lower down. Okay, we're going to take it one step further. So come back to the first side. You'll bring your right knee up. You'll cross your right arm over your shoulder. 2 hands flat. So it's a step-by-step process. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lift everything up. Good, and then all you're going to do is bend your left leg. Cross the left ankle over your right foot. Straighten your legs to the side. Ashtavakrasana. Try to keep your left shoulder up. And then lift your torso back upright, legs to the sky, and lower back down. Second side. Well, this is totally like an hour-and-a-half long class, but we're doing what we can. You can keep practicing all day long. As you lift the left leg over, hug everything in. It's all about your breath. As you breathe in, hands flat, exhale, lift. Feel the scoop, feel the hollow. Stay here, right foot crosses over left, legs extend straight, and there's a twist. Pull the hips back as you bend your elbows. It's just a shift of weight. Then come back upright and lower it down. Take a moment and just lean back onto your elbows wherever you are. I feel like we should call it couch pose right now since all the beaches are closed. Wiggle out those legs. You know, I always feel like it's always better to try it 3rd time's a charm. So we have a step-by-step. We're going to do it one more time. So press yourself up, and you can just stay with the prep pose. Hi, Lucy. Squeeze the right leg in, and you can just hover your left leg. That can be step 1. And if you have 2 blocks, planting your hands on blocks helps a lot. Maybe you cross the left leg over the right for Ashtavakrasana, send your hips back. Maybe you start to slide that left leg through and you come into Kundanyasana 2, left shoulder up. And then maybe you take the vinyasa, you'll find your way through. Dandasana will do the second side. How'd it go? Left leg, it crosses over. So plant your hands flat, and if you have 2 blocks, trust me, it helps a lot. Christy, feel the squeezing of the legs. And then when you're ready, use your exhale to press and lift. Good. The right foot crosses over the left. Hug in, hug the ankles as the legs extend. Butt reaches back. Maybe you move into Kundanyasana 2, that right leg slides through the arms. We'll meet in Sphinx pose, you guys, when you're ready. Yeah, so I guess we're now taking requests. So you can always DM me on Instagram later with, hey, Tiff, can you teach this tomorrow? Bend your right knee, come into Ardha Bhekasana. Try to roll your right chest forward. Feel the press of your left foot and your right hip. And then lengthen your right ribs away from that. Release the right foot back to meet your left. Second side, bend your left knee, grab a hold of the left foot. You know, we get a sense of release and stretch through the left quad, but also you can open up the left shoulder here too. So as you kick the foot back, feel how that pulls the opening of the collarbones. Like this could be a great prep pose for shoulder stand if we all had 3 blankets at home. Release the foot with control, lower all the way down to the floor. Interlace your hands behind your back. Point your toes, get your legs super, super straight. And before you go anywhere, with your hands resting on your back body, can you feel how there's a soft bend into your elbows? I invite you to keep that and then just lift your shoulders to the sky. Inhale, Shalabhasana C. Chest forward. And then extend the legs back as the knees stay straight. Legs might lift up off the floor. Feel that you're actively lifting and scooping the low belly up here. So you're not pushing into the earth, but you're lifting even in extension. One more breath, shoulders a little higher, arms maybe reach towards the toes. And lower back down. Beautiful. Turn your head to one side. And whichever side you've turned your head to, bring that arm into a cactus. Just a little release through the neck. And then just switch. Turn your head to the other side, switch arms. Beautiful, you guys. Let's do one more back bend. So you can stick to Shalabhasana, or you can bend both knees and reach back and grab a hold of the feet for Dhanurasana. As you kick the legs back, imagine there was a block between your ankles, hug in, and reach the feet a little further back so the chest opens. Then check in with your low belly, scoop the navel up. Nice, Heidi. Let your legs do more of the work and try to open up the front of the chest. Many of you guys try to reach your toes back to the wall behind you. And then try lifting your knees up off the floor, those of you that this feels easy, Heidi. One more breath. Beautiful work. And lower all the way down. Nice job, you guys. Take a moment, breathe in. And a long breath out. And then either come into plank pose or tabletop, and then we'll all meet up in a wide-legged downward facing dog. And as you take your feet wide, walk your hands in just like 1 or 2 times closer to your feet. It's like a short dog. And then with your right hand, grab a hold of your left ankle. So there's a little bit of a twist. Nice, D. And then pull everybody your right thigh further back. And then switch, you guys. So right hand down, take it into the twist, second side. And then slowly unravel. And then I'm going to invite you to either come into a single pigeon here or jump yourself through, thread the needle. You can either come into seated position, double pigeon, Gomukhasana legs. Am I giving you too many options? Something where you get a nice release through your outer hips. No sensation through the knees. And then soften. Soften into the release. Soften into the support. Whichever variation you're in, stay present with the breath. And if there's big sensation, use the breath to connect into the release with your exhales. And if there's little to no sensation, really focus on the smooth, steady breath as you inhale in and as you exhale out. Soften the jaw and the shoulders. And then wherever you are, slowly switch sides over to the second. And this side usually might feel a little different than the other. And so give it some time. As you fold forward, your body tells you when it's time to release, if we choose to listen within. Your body tells you when it's time to move forward or even pull back, if we continue to listen within. Those things, those moments when we're led by our gut or our heart, that's us listening within. Oftentimes that organ up top, the brain, it's not always connected to the rest of the body. So check in from time to time. And then gently roll yourself up. If you're on your backs, you guys, pass through happy baby. If you're seated, go ahead and take your legs wide, turn to the side, and let's fold into Upavishta Konasana. So you could always, if you're practicing in your living room or in your bedroom, come onto your back, bend your knees and put your legs on the couch or the bed. And then fold forward if you're seated. Nothing super wide, just a sense of release to those inner thighs that you worked a lot today. And those of you that are on your backs, maybe in the happy baby variation, you bring your feet together so it's like a Baddha Konasana. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Those of you that are seated, gently roll yourself up. Come onto your backs as you slowly bring your legs together. Let's all take a final twist, you guys. Feet on the floor, knees bent, and let your feet drop wide. Keep your feet wide and let your knees roll over to one side. Feel the release through the front of that left hip, the release of that inner left thigh. Exhale, come back to center, go over to the other side. So feet wide, knees over to the other. As you're ready, you'll exhale, come back to center. Set yourself up for Shavasana, you guys. As you let the legs extend, take a big, full breath in through the nose. Long exhale out the mouth. Give yourself some time to feel the weight of the shoulders dropping. The weight of the legs releasing. Simply just be. free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. As you're ready, start to breathe into the fingertips and the toes. Place your hand over your heart and just allow your breath to come back to the physical. When you're ready, bend your knees. Gently roll yourself over to one side, and if you can linger quietly with your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seated position. It's through this practice of movement, it's through this practice of breathing and the union of all of it together, and that we start to get a little bit more clarity on what's happening internally. And then it's from that place that we can speak from our heart, speak from our guts, act from that place. Bringing your hands together. May there be peace in our hearts. May there be peace in our homes. And may there be peace in the world. Namaste, everyone.